My name is Justin Cunningham. I look after marketing across Europe, the Middle East and Africa for Stratasys. So the reason we're here today, we're delighted to be opening the Paradigm 3D facility. And the aim of the facility really is to work with aircraft manufacturers and OEMs to help them produce on-demand aerospace quality parts. So this is certified, qualified flight parts. And the reason you want to do that is because you don't want to, sorry, not that you don't want to, let me rephrase that. The reason you'd like to do that is to save time and money. So it's localized production, it's democratizing production, so making parts at the point of source. So you don't need to rely on parts being shipped from overseas, which can have a long lead time, be expensive. Also, international supply chains can be a bit volatile at the moment. So you can have the parts in the quantity you need. So if a footrest breaks, a tray table breaks, a bit of ducting has a hole in it or whatever, you can replace those parts on demand when you need them at the quantities you need. So the idea is, rather than having a warehouse full of parts that are gathering dust, essentially you keep those parts as files in the cloud and select them and print them when you need them. And that's what this facility wants to do today. And the reason that's a good thing for the UAE is because it's bringing agile, flexible production to the country. So it's enabling the UAE to compete with those countries that have a much longer standing heritage in aerospace manufacture. So these parts here have been produced at the Dubai facility in a multitude of materials and colors and finishes as well. As you can see, you can produce very complex shapes, and another key attribute of 3D printing is that it does away with assembly. So parts that often have rivets, different pieces of sheet metal, they might have hundreds of different components. You can now reduce that to, in some cases, just a single component, and that saves a heck of a lot of time for manufacturers.
Hello, we're currently here today in the Paradigm 3D manufacturing facility. My name is Giannis, and I'm from a company called Aimcraft. And Aimcraft is helping Paradigm 3D to get this production line certified for aerospace applications. But let me walk you through what is happening here and what we're doing. First of all production in this facility is going to be done with 3D printers. For example, this Stratasys F900 system is fully aerospace qualified, and it can run and print with flame retardant materials, which is one of the fundamentals of aerospace production. These machines can run up to 900 times 600 times 900 millimeters of size. As you can see, the parts being built there are fairly big. Stratasys is actually industry leading in this, producing machines that are capable of running 24/7 production, and this is perfect application for aerospace. So let me walk you through the parts that we have to show you what we can actually do in airspace. So this is one of the prime examples of what we can do with 3D printing. This is a premium economy seat from a German seat manufacturer. What we're doing with these guys is we're essentially switching some of the components that go onto the production line on the seat assembly from metal to polymer. We're consolidating a lot of the components. Let's say the sheet metal construction consists of 40 plus parts. We're consolidating it into 2. The same thing goes with the middle console, which is, as you can see, fully 3D printed from the inside, but from the outside you would never be able to tell because we use the original vacuum foam panels to hide the 3D printing. All the yellow parts that you see are here made from Ultim 9085, which is a very flame retardant material, and therefore can be certified according to EASA standards. All these parts come out with a Form 1 production, and this is exactly what we're doing to make sure here in Dubai that the parts that are printed here also are fully certified. In the middle console alone, we consolidated more than 400 components of sheet metal, rivets, and other elements into 5. Only leaving the construction that bears the weight of the pull-out tray table to be the original one. On the other side, you can see some parts that are fully finished, like this part, for example. This is how it comes out of the 3D printer, but when it's primed and finished, you would never be able to tell that it's 3D printed. The facility here in Dubai is a replica of the facility that we have in Latvia, with the same certification and with the same capability. In the facility, we have 3 manufacturing units that are able to produce about 6,000 manufacturing hours each a year. And as you can see, we have plenty of space to actually increase the capacity to even more printers. The facility is actually the first of its kind in the Middle East, and it's one of the largest 3D printing facilities here in the region.